We're live! Hooray! Okay, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Goodness me. There we go. How are you all doing today? Can you hear us a bit better this time? Tell us if you can hear us.
Always a good thing.
Always a good thing. Well, not always a good thing, seemingly, in my case. So
Now. We're not self-deprecating.
can't help it being British. How's everyone doing tonight in the UK? And today, hello on US time. You can hear us, Rosie. Woohoo! Thanks, Pat. Okay, well, should we start with a song, Roscoe?
Let's do.
Okay. So we're going to play the title track of the album. It's called Wild Medicine. Yeah. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Come with me for a while, then let me take the path alone. Walk with me to the stars, then I'm on my own. Oh, I will go wherever it goes. I will go wherever it goes. Wild medicine, wild medicine. Come, bright moon, shine your spoon on me as I walk alone. On and on till the dawn brings the sun to warm these bones. I will go wherever it goes. I will go wherever it goes. For wild medicine, wild medicine. Wild medicine, wild medicine, wild medicine, wild medicine. Thank you so much for all your messages. This is amazing. We've got Dee Dee. Hi, Dee Dee. You're coming from the Green Mountains of Vermont. We've got Luke from Ypres in Belgium. Robert from California. Denise from Ireland. Oh, this is just lovely. Antje from Greece. So I'm going to scroll up here and see if Janice from Wales, Tom from the United States, and Pat from the south of France. That's so cool. So we're going to answer some questions and talk about the album, Wild Medicine, and our process. And please do at any point ask any questions. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you all. Okay, so first of all, Roscoe, would you like to talk a little bit about your lovely space here? This is out of Roscoe's. Oh dear me! Sorry, everyone on Instagram. I've just thrown you on the floor.
I think he did not have it spread enough.
Roscoe said I didn't have it spread enough.
There we go.
Oh my golly!
The phone stand.
There
we go.
That's hilarious. Okay.
Yes.
I heard something ringing, Roscoe. Do we need to turn that sound off?
Oh yeah, my phone.
Yes. So we're here in Roscoe's studio in Austin, Texas, and Roscoe, would you like to say a little bit about your experience recording in this space and how it feels to be playing in here? And
well, honestly, this is my preferred space.
Really?
This was my son's former bedroom. He's now in the space that used to be the control room.
Yes.
Where we worked.
Yes.
And a young lady, friend of ours, is living in the rest of that space at the back of the house where we did much of the work, recorded your vocals on this record.
Amazing.
The house has been reconfigured temporarily. Dad lost much of his studio space for the time being, but we have this spare bedroom and it will suffice for now.
And we've done a bit of recording in here. It's a wonderful sound and wonderful space, and Roscoe always makes things sound good.
Yeah, and here you get the benefit, you get the added crickets in this room.
You get crickets. We're right by the garden. I see we've got the lovely Gwen tuning in, and she says, how many devices are you using? Well, it's extremely technical here. We have the Facebook and then my phone for Instagram, which is the stand was not spread enough. So I really apologize for that. So how are you all feeling today? Are there any particular songs you'd like to hear that we've played? And did anyone tune in on Saturday from Blue Rock? We'd love to hear from you. And we could also play another song while everyone's thinking about that.
We could.
We could play another song. I'm going to double check. We've got some lovely friends joining here on Instagram Live here. Hello. Oh, Cracker Jack says, loved you both with Leonard Cohen. We've got Malane Poetry joining us. Yay! And we've got Kevin Womack here and Manuel. It's very nice to see you all. Thanks for joining. Okay, well, we're going to play another song.
And what would that be?
Well, I was thinking Ruined in the Rain.
Okay, then.
If you're up for it.
I am up for it.
Okay. This was also written in Roscoe's house in 2019, which is a wonderful space to create and write from. So
after a night of no sleep.
And no sleep, and the ideas kept coming. So we're going to play that for you now. I got ruined in the rain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. I got ruined by the pain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. I guess I trust too easily. I lost too dreamily. I begin to suddenly, but that's just me, you know. You had me from the start, worked your way into my heart. When you left, tore us apart. The bird and the bee. Now I see those signs spoke to me. 'Cause I got ruined in the rain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. I got ruined by the pain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. If there's one thing that I've learned, what you do says more than your words, more than words, more than words. They say, real love don't let you down, and he wants you around. The crossroads where we were bound, don't you save me now. I see you've been dying to be free. 'Cause I got ruined in the rain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. I got ruined by the pain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. If there are two things that I've learned, there's always one who ends up burned. The next time you feel something strong, you gotta believe feeling ain't wrong. Too late for me, I'm already gone. Go home. I've made my bed in the earth. I've made my bed in the earth. I got ruined in the rain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. I got ruined by the pain. I don't wanna hurt no more. I don't wanna hurt no more. Ooh. I'll be returned. We've got to change the record now.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't wait for you to hear how this song came out. We had a wonderful, wonderful string arranger called Stephen Barber, do the strings. How did you and Stephen originally know each other?
We met through Eric Johnson.
Okay.
When I first heard Eric play in 1974, so we're looking at 50 years.
Right, when you were 3 years old.
Of knowing each other. Yeah, something like
yeah.
that. And the first time I heard him play, I had heard about him through a friend. And I went to hear him play with his group, the Electromagnets.
Right.
And Steve Barber was a part of that group.
Amazing.
Yeah. Playing wild things on synthesizer and clavinet and making alien noises was his specialty at that time, I think.
It hasn't changed some of the time.
Well, they've gotten much more sophisticated since he's gone off and studied arranging and become a master.
Yes, he certainly is a master.
He really is. A lot of people know that.
He's an extraordinary artist and creator. We were blown away by what he wrote on several string arrangements on the record because they really elevated the sound and brought so much atmosphere. And he was good friends with Jacko, wasn't he?
Very good friends with Jocko.
Yeah.
Astorius. He famously received a postcard from Jocko after Jocko had passed away. I don't know exactly what happened, whether the postcard got hung up in the postal system or maybe Jocko had written it and left it somewhere and afterwards somebody found it and decided to put it in the mail. But yes, it's rather strange to receive a postcard from someone after they're long gone. But yeah, he was a very good friend of Jocko's. I could call myself a friend. I think Stephen Barber knew him even better. And Stephen also worked a lot with Joe Zawinul.
Right.
He worked with Joe very closely on a symphonic record. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the Roscoe Beck documentary is going to be coming soon because I get to hear these extraordinary stories and very inspiring stories about Roscoe going to listen to Jacko's second solo album when you're on tour. Were you in Germany?
Yes, I was in Munich. One early morning, having breakfast when I heard a commotion behind me, which turned out to be Jocko. And we went to my room and he played me 2 unreleased records, actually.
Right.
He was with Weather Report on the Night Passage tour. And they were touring Europe, and the posters were everywhere, but the record was not in the stores, which was something that kind of displeased him. And the other record he played me was his Word of Mouth album, which was his second record, which hadn't come out yet. But he held me captive there for a good couple of hours, pointing out everything on the record. So now, check out Herbie here, man. Look at her. Listen to Herbie. You know, and it was a delight for me, really, to hear both of those records, which weren't out yet, and quite an experience to hang with them. Yeah. Well missed, that fellow.
Very much missed. So checking in with our friends online, I'm going to try and squidge through this hole here and look at your lovely messages. Thank you so much. Janet, you were at the Hollywood Bowl with Tom Petty. That's extraordinary. Barney's making a Greek salad, always a winner. And you came to see Leonard in Greece. That's extraordinary. Thanks, Pat, for your lovely message, and Michael too. Gwen says, could I hear a few Cohen-esque lyrics in there? I don't know, if only one could aspire. Michael, chords on a 5-stringer, it's true. Oh, thanks, Els, you like this song. And hello, Bob, greetings from Groningen. Just checking on the Instagram here. Hello, Douglas, great to hear you too. Thank you everyone for joining us, and hello Lynn Franks, the glorious, glorious Lynn. We send loads of love, and hello to Milan Poetry. Yeah, we love you. So, should we play another song, Roscoe?
We could
Sorry.
certainly do
I
that.
just bonked. What do you feel like? Maybe Shakespeare Shores.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me get the
Other bass. What's the story about this bass and the other bass? Because I'm fascinated.
Well, this one is fretless.
This one's a fretless.
Mm-hmm.
And how long have you had this one?
Well, it's my own 4-string model made into a fretless, so it couldn't be that old.
Right.
Let's see, this bass, I can't read the serial number, but it may be just about 20 years old by now. It could be an 04, something like that.
Okay. And this is the one you played on the album?
I did.
Yes.
Yes, at one point. I played it on most of the fretless stuff on your record.
Yes.
And then I remembered that at some point I pulled out a different fretless. I had an older one, which I thought actually would sound better than this. And we both discovered that this one was, I discovered for the first time how good this one really does sound.
Yes.
So it has become a favorite, using On the Road a lot with Eric Johnson.
That's great. How many tracks do you play fretless on the road with Eric Johnson? How many are you fretted?
Oh, I think it's just one or two that are fretless.
Right.
Because most of the time I don't carry an upright bass on the road with Eric, although we did some this year.
Right.
But if we do something jazzy, like we do impressions, John Coltrane's impressions, sometimes in the set, and it sounds better on a fretless bass than it would on a fretted bass.
Yeah.
It's not an upright, but you can get some growl from these puppies, you know. That's kind of lovely stuff.
It's absolutely beautiful.
That we like so much.
We love so much. I might move back a little bit here so everyone can. So this next song I wrote with a wonderful artist, composer, and bandmate, Ron Blair, who is a fantastic singer-songwriter in his own right, and I'm hoping he's going to put out an album in recent times, with times to come, because I've heard several tracks on the album and they're really brilliant. And I went to hang with him in Southern California shortly after Tom Petty died. And he...
Indeed, you worked on the earliest tracks of this record.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
Wild Medicine record.
Yeah.
Came here and played them for me.
Yes.
And we finished them up.
We did. And it was wonderful to have time down at Ron's studio. He's created this magical space with lights and fantastic sounds, really quirky instruments. And one day he just scribbled this lyric down: when the wind blows, it plays the part, even moves the strings on my harp. I said, oh, I love that, Ron. Can I extend that?
Mm-hmm.
And got to work writing more of that lyric, and we wrote Shakespeare Shores together. And as Roscoe said, we started the process at Ron's studio, and with Ron at the helm there, and got some great sounds. And then later down the road, being here with Roscoe, we we started from scratch a lot of the songs on the record, and then there were key songs like Shakespeare's Shores and some other things we
Well, Shakespeare's we started from scratch.
No, you're right. That's true.
But other songs like Night Soul were quite complete.
Yes.
I think we added your vocal here, and also David Grissom added some guitar.
Yeah.
When we were at Blue Rock, but basically they are Heartbreakers tracks.
Yes.
And Benmont was initially missing from the session, and we added him. We got him to send us an overdub that he did.
Yes. Benmont's playing on Night Soul, it really elevated it because it brought that sustain and atmosphere, and he played such a gorgeous part on that. Roscoe, I wonder if you move just a little bit this way so that everyone on Facebook can see you clearly. Can you see Roscoe?
Oh, there's too much of me.
No, there's
Absolutely
Thomas says, have to add a fretless bass to my wish list. It's true. And Michael says, Roscoe could play a broomstick, no problem.
I think I have on occasion.
Oh, yeah. I bet you get good sounds out of that no matter what. Denise says, Lord, don't kill the heart. Was that when I clonked? I'm often clonking into things. So, okay, well, we're going to play this song, Shakespeare's Shores. Roscoe plays such an extraordinary part on the record. It's breathtaking. I can't wait for everyone to hear it. But we'll just do a little acoustic rendition today.
Stripped down version.
Stripped down. Stripped down. Here we go. When the wind blows, it plays the part, even moves the strings on my heart. And unlike you, it's here with me, left to live without you. When the hat goes up on my head, summer rolls in still on the sofa bed. I sold my furniture, your plants are dead. I always had a reason to doubt you. Whatever happened to the thing you said, that you'd come and find me one day? Been waiting so long, got a chink in my song. Maybe you lost your way. I'm breathing. The stars are guiding. A heart needs healing. If you come back to Shakespeare's Shores, I'm not there anymore. When I go traveling on a train with Martha on the playlist, here I go again. A rose-scented face wash I had back then. I have plenty of ways to find you. When the winter comes and the water runs cold, I don't need you to rock my world. I got a whiskey on my lips and a lover to hold, and I always think about you. Whatever happened to the thing you said, that you'd come and find me one day? A Julia light by Greenwich Mean Time. Maybe you lost your way. Man breathing. The stars are guiding. Beautiful, Roscoe. I love the sound of this bass. And what kind of effects did you use on the bass on the record when you were working on your part?
Only reverb.
Reverb.
That's all.
Yeah.
And some doubling.
And some doubling. How many?
I mean, played doubling.
Yes.
Not electronic doubling.
No chorusing, but how many Roscoe Becks are on that song?
I think it's maybe only 2 on that one, because I know originally I played only 1 part,
Right.
because I actually wanted to create a part that could be played live.
Good point.
But as you are wont to do, you asked for more.
I did. I said I can't have enough
So,
Roscoe Beck.
so there were some doublings there, like the bass is still playing octaves while I'm doing stuff up there. So I think there's 2 on Shakespeare Shores. There are many more on Love Springs Eternal.
I thought you were going to say that. I'm not sure how many Roscoes we have on Love Springs Eternal, but I think there's never too many, basically.
There's probably a half a dozen basses, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that. There's a part, and the part is doubled, and there's another part, and it's doubled. On those harmonics, pardon me.
That's what I'm always doing.
On those harmonics, there's a ridiculous amount of stuff on there just to create that one little harmonic line. That little line. Originally I played it on the fretless bass that I was playing. And then I doubled it on the fretless. Then I kind of actually realized, well, the same harmonics are on the guitar, so I think I got my Stratocaster and played it on the Stratocaster.
Yes.
Then it still didn't seem like enough, so I have an 8-string bass, which is the concept of a 12-string guitar, right, where every string is doubled once.
Right.
So it's like a 4-string bass with the higher octave strings. So I played the same line on that. And of course that wasn't enough either. So then piano, also playing those same tones. And then that was almost enough, but then I actually wanted some kind of swelly synth thing behind it. Ooh, more of an ooh sound. Ooh, under it. So that's under all of that too. Yeah, ridiculous amount of tracks to create one little line, but that's the fun of it.
This is how a masterful producer works, people.
That's the fun of it.
Can you talk a little bit about your work on I'm Your Man? Because I know you were very much at the helm with production on that record, and I wondered if you could talk a little bit about that, because I've heard some stories and I find it fascinating. If anyone at home has any questions about specific tracks on that record, Roscoe has a photographic memory. So
I remember a lot about it.
Yeah.
Leonard was actually already working on I'm Your Man when Jennifer and I started working on Famous Blue Raincoat.
Right.
Because once Jennifer and I actually had the deal and we knew we were actually going to make a record, first, and we had an idea of what songs we might do of Leonard's also, but I also thought it prudent to make a call to Leonard and say, do you have anything new?
Yes.
Anything we might use. And he said, yes, I'm working on things now. And he played me over the phone from Montreal. He played me his version of First We Take Manhattan, which was already pretty far along the synth part. His version was very kind of Euro pop.
Yeah.
With a very fine synth player out there in Montreal, and I wish I could tell you his name right off the top of his head, but he did the work on First We Take Manhattan and also on Take This Waltz. Did a really fine job on both. And I have to assume Leonard may have already had both of those already recorded with this particular fellow. But anyway, yes, at the beginning of 1986, February, I called him up and said, do you have anything new we might use? And he played me First We Take Manhattan over the phone, and I recorded it. I had like a microphone with a suction cup on it, actually, that fit on the phone. So I recorded it and, played it for Jennifer. I said, I think this would be really great on the record. And right away, the idea of Stevie Ray Vaughan came into my head too. I knew I couldn't do Leonard's version, which was clearly going to be very synthy and kind of Euro pop like. So I thought, well, then blues, in more of blues direction. And as soon as I had that thought, the next one was, I got to get Stevie.
Yes.
Who is a dear friend since the age of 20, when we were both 20. And fortunately, I found him in LA. He was there for the Grammys. And he was kind enough to come in one night and play on that. So that's how that all came about.
Yeah. Did he do many takes that night, or did you have a feeling?
Stevie did 5 takes.
5 takes.
Yeah, and his track was compiled from all 5. Actually.
Right.
But I'm off the track a little bit. You asked me about I'm Your Man.
Yes.
But really, that's, in a sense, that was my introduction to what would become I'm Your Man, because Leonard played me that song as early as '86.
Yeah.
And so obviously he was already at work. Jennifer and I finished Famous Blue Raincoat by September or October of 1986, I guess. And so the next year, Leonard came around. Famous Blue Raincoat got released. Leonard came back to town, came back to Los Angeles, and played me what he had recorded so far.
Yeah.
Which was quite a bit. He had quite a bit done already, but he did need some help. He was recording 24-track analog. He had run out of tracks.
Yeah.
For one thing. So
easy to do.
Yeah. So some background vocal comps needed to be done. A lot of cleanup work needed to be done. But then also much was unfinished. And then, we did the very stripped down recordings of I'm Your Man and Everybody Knows. We did those from the beginning.
Right.
And the decision was made to keep it on his, wasn't a Casio, it was actually a Technics keyboard.
Yes, which is what we used on
tour.
On tour,
The very same one.
Was it the very same one that was on the recording?
Yeah, I believe so. He had 2 of them.
Okay.
So. But yeah, we made the decision to leave that alone. The only thing we did was I did manage to, rather than take his whole keyboard as one, I did manage to use the old sync that some drum machines run on and sync it to his Techniques, and then run the tracks one at a time, so I could actually have some mix capability on the couple of different things that were, there was a percussion track and there was the bass track and the piano. So just separate those things out. But we decided really early on to keep it really simple, keep it on his Techniques, and bring in Jennifer for her doo-doo dum-dums.
Do-do-dums, yeah.
which, Jennifer does have to be given credit for that. I think really she should have had songwriting credit
Right.
on the song, because the do-dum-dums are completely her addition.
Wow. So did Leonard just say, can you sing something in this space?
Not even that. No,
Okay.
Jennifer just did her homework. She got the track and just came up with that,
Wow.
which is really one of her specialties. She's really good at background vocals. And I think also what was in her head was she had done the Roy Orbison Black and White Night right around that time.
Yes.
Done the show at Roy Orbison.
Love that show.
Which Leonard loved. Also, Leonard and I were there. So,
you were actually there at the concert?
Yes, Leonard and I sat at a front table.
How extraordinary.
And watched it, yes. And Leonard loved it. He absolutely loved that show, and Roy Orbison, for that matter. But he was like, yes, this is the kind of music I really love. This is what I want my band to sound like.
In a way, actually, now thinking about the sound of that record and what you and Leonard created 2008 onwards, it really was that kind of blueprint where it was orchestral, dynamic vocals. It was really multicolored.
Yeah.
So I can hear.
I'm Your Man was a real departure for him, I think. That really started with various positions, working with John Lissauer, because that's when he started writing on keyboard and did Hallelujah and all of that. But I think between various positions and I'm Your Man, he got even more sophisticated at using the keyboard and continued to get more sophisticated. His writing continued to get more sophisticated over the years.
Yeah. At what point in that process would Leonard put his lead vocals on? Would he keep original ones, or would he cut new vocals?
Well, for the most part, the songs that he brought, whole or partially finished, he brought with vocals. I think first We Take Manhattan had a vocal on it. In fact, it already had the background vocals on it that Anjani did. The only thing that we did on that vocal-wise was he changed the last verse.
He rewrote the lyric.
He rewrote the lyric on the last verse.
Okay.
Because the last verse started, he said, baby, 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 don't abuse me or something. So that's why the background vocals go, baby, even though he's singing, remember me, I live my life for music. The backgrounds go, baby.
Yes.
Well, originally the line started out with him going, baby, baby, baby. Something,
yes.
don't forget me or something. But yeah, he changed the whole verse. Did not change the background vocals, just left.
I love those background vocals.
Yeah, who knew,
It was always such a trip, actually, to learn Jennifer, Anjani, Sharon's vocals, because they're so excellent. And I loved the process of learning those vocals with Charlie and
all
Sharon.
really good.
Yeah.
But no, so on I'm Your Man, I came in when he had an album maybe a third of the way done, something like that. And we worked for a while, and I'll go ahead and give an interesting part to this story too.
Yes.
At some point in our working together, Leonard actually fired me.
Okay. On what terms?
Well, I guess, I may have overstepped what he expected of me. And it had to do with First We Take Manhattan, and particularly the bridge. Originally, he had sung a melody on the bridge was, you know, I really love to live without you, baby, or you know, I love to live with you. I love your body, your spirit, and your soul. He sang the line, Anjani sang these harmony lines.
Yeah.
Later on, he actually erased his line, his vocal from it, and left only Anjani's background parts.
Ah, yes.
And you know, it worked, but it worked in an odd way because you no longer had the actual melody. You had the two harmonies above it.
Yeah.
But you were missing the actual melody. And I missed it. I missed Leonard's vocal. I would have never taken it out. But I think he did that before I started working with him. But somehow I had heard it. I guess he just didn't want it. But I missed it, so I brought somebody in to sing just the melody line.
Right.
A fellow named Brock Walsh came in and sang, a friend of Jennifer's, and actually somebody I knew back in Poughkeepsie, New York, came in, and he had, I think Brock had worked maybe with Adam Cohen or something. But he came in, sang the melody line, and it wasn't prominent. It was back in the blend, but once again, the three-part harmony was three parts.
Yes.
But when Leonard heard it, he didn't like the fact that I had recorded something with him not even being there.
Yes.
And he let me go.
And what was the, what was it, a
He
a
wrote
phone call or a?
No, he wrote me the kindest letter you would ever want to receive to be fired from a job. Later on, he brought me back. Sometime later, within a year, I think, I was in New York City on some kind of a job. And somehow or another, his manager, lawyer at the time, Marty Mashat, his original fellow, tracked me down in New York City and said, Leonard really likes the work you did, you know. And I said, oh, well, I'm glad to hear that. And he said, well, he wants you back. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I'll be glad to come back. And, you know, and what I got fired over was really no issue at all. I mean, it is on the record just where I intended it to be, well back in the mix.
It's still in the mix.
It's still in the mix, you know, just barely, just enough for someone to know that the fundamental is there.
Yeah.
But yeah, an odd thing, you know, in putting together this last tour group, we auditioned some people and even hired a few people who were let go after about a month because it just wasn't quite working. I mean, fine musicians all, but Leonard didn't feel it was quite working. And he put me in charge of that. Thank you very much.
It's not easy, that
You
job,
know,
is it?
telling some folks, well, you know, we'll be giving you some severance pay. And I told Leonard, you know, he said, well, you'll need to let these people or this person know that we're letting them go. And I said, Leonard, I'm not the man for this job. And he said, you're exactly the man for this job.
Really?
So I'd say okay. And you know, since we were discussing that, he said, he asked me, he said, have you ever been fired? And I said, only once, by you.
Did he actually remember firing you?
After I reminded him, I don't think he would have asked the question had he actually remembered. Because have you ever been fired? Why, yes, once, by you.
I bet that letter, have you kept that letter?
It's somewhere.
Yeah.
It's somewhere. Yeah, Lord knows it's somewhere. I wouldn't throw out something like that.
No.
But I don't know where.
Yeah.
really don't know that.
I remember once we were on tour and I wasn't very well. I had something going on and I was laying in bed and I heard this, and from under the door appeared a beautifully handwritten note from Leonard, and he popped it under my door, and I still have that because
That's nice.
it was so sweet. I'm going to check in with our friends here and see if anyone has any.
They're probably saying, "Quit talking and play music."
Oh right. Emily. Hey, you're here from York, and Tommy. Thanks so much for joining us. And Brian Kirk, Pants is with us. Yay. Oh, this is just lovely to read your nice messages. Thank you so much. Bonnie's with us. Bonnie Whitmore.
Hi, Bunny.
Hi, Bonnie. Yes, you're right. I played Wild Medicine and Ruined in the Rain with Andrea McGee at Sea Boys last week, which was awesome. Andrea McGee is fab. And thanks ever so much, everyone who's joining. Chris from Switzerland. You remember the concert in Montreux? It's lovely to see you all here. Doris, ciao, from Italia. Oh, it's lovely to read people's notes. Thank you. Milan Poetry. And Violino74. I love you, and Andrea. Yay, thank you so much. Yeah, Andrea Resche joined us at Blue Rock. We've got Leland Sklar online with us as well. Hello, Leland.
Oh, goodness.
What a delight. Roscoe is one of my faves. Leland Sklar says there, Roscoe.
Oh, goodness. Well, he is certainly one of mine.
Yeah, he's a huge fave.
And an influence.
And an influence, yeah.
Absolutely.
And then just checking in with our friends here on Facebook. Pat Higgins says the video for First We Take Manhattan was filmed on a beach in Normandy. That's so cool. Gerald says, don't quit talking. It's so interesting. Jerry says, lovely to see you and hear you both. David says, greetings from Austin. Oh, you must just be round the corner. And Pat Higgins says, thank you for sharing your moments. And Pat also says, Joan of Arc in duo between Jennifer Warnes and Leonard Cohen is just beautiful. It really is extraordinary, isn't it? Oh, Mara's here. Lovely Neil's partner, Mara. That's just gorgeous you're here. And lovely Lisa and Poppy Pearson. Oh, we're so happy to see you and see you online with us here. So should we play another song, Roscoe?
Yes, I think we should.
Okay. What would you like to play?
Oh, goodness.
There's Doggy.
There's our friend Doggy.
Would you like to play the song we played at Blue Rock, maybe? This little number.
Oh, okay, sure.
What do you think?
Why not?
At Blue Rock, we played a Tom Petty song that we were just kind of jamming it in rehearsal, and then thought, oh, we're going to put this in the set, and it's such a brilliant song. And should we have a little go at playing that, the two of us?
Yeah, why not? Mostly you.
Sorry to say, more of Roscoe, please. Okay, this is Learning to Fly. Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go. Lands the bat.
That's
yeah. Well, I started out down a dirty road. Started out all alone, and the sun went down as I crossed the hill, and the world got still. I'm learning to fly, but ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Oh, oh. Now the good old days may not return, and the rocks might melt, and the sea may burn. I'm learning to fly, but ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Oh, yes it is. Now some say life will beat you down. It'll break your heart, oh, and steal your crown. I've started out, well, God knows where, but I guess I know when I get there. I'm learning to fly, but ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. I'm learning to fly, but ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. I'm learning to fly, but I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. So beautiful, Roscoe. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, we had Dave Scher playing guitar with us on Saturday at Blue Rock and the previous Wednesday at the Continental Club. He sounded so good on that.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. And Dave and you play together in Eric Johnson's band.
Yes.
How long have you two been involved together in that band now?
He came on Eric Johnson's band in 2020.
Right.
Actually, we began the 2020 tour on New Year's Day of 2020.
Whoa, that's a hard one.
And it lasted to mid-March because we all know what happened in
Yes.
mid-March of 2020.
I remember you having to go home and
Yes. We had to get 2 drivers for the bus and deadhead from Fort Lauderdale back to Austin.
So if you're gigging on New Year's Day, what's the Roscoe Beck process? Does that mean an early night with a hot cup of cocoa or?
Well, we left on tour. We left in
Okay.
a bus on New Year's Day.
Right.
So actually, I think the first show was in Salt Lake City on the 3rd of January.
Right. Right. So you weren't playing on the 1st of
Not on
January.
we weren't playing on New Year's Day, but I think we left shortly after midnight.
Right.
New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
maybe 1 a.m. or something.
Ooh.
The bus pulled out of Austin, Texas.
That's such
something like that. But
that's
yeah,
nice.
Dave's been with us since 2020,
Mm.
and we just recently finished the G3 tour, a couple of weeks of that.
Yes.
Dave was with us again on that.
Amazing.
But so happy to have him with us.
We were so happy. Dave is just such a lovely guy, and I feel like I've got to know him better now. He's just got such a good sense of humour. He's got quite a British sense of humour, actually, because he's got a real streak of sarcasm, I think.
Mm-hmm. We love that.
We love that. So what is the Roscoe Beck process? You know, you're in your hotel room the day before a show. Do you go to bed early? Do you practice? Do you have a bath? I mean, you might not want to give too much detail, but what do you get up to pre-show? Because I'm always interested about this, because I'm interested in hearing people's process, because it is such a ramp up to all the emotions and feelings, and I love to learn from other people. So what's your process?
It really depends how busy the tour is.
Okay.
You know, if it's an every night sort of thing, like it might be with Eric, well then I'm going to get the sleep somewhere.
Yes, particularly if you're on a bus.
Yeah, be it in the bus. A lot of times it's, you might get half the night on the bus, have to wake up on the bus at 4 a.m.
Right.
Go check into the hotel with your luggage and all of that business. Try to get back to sleep.
That's really. Would you just prefer to be on the bus and just sleep through to the morning, or?
I think probably so. Really.
Yeah.
You know, not because that's the most difficult thing, is getting back to sleep once you've gotten up and you've gotten out of your jammies or sweats or whatever. You put your proper clothes back on, got your luggage, checked into the hotel.
Yeah.
You get into bed. No.
Yeah. No.
It's difficult. That's the most difficult part, really. But one way or the other, I try to get sleep. Honestly,
Yeah.
Take care of your health.
Yeah.
Out there on the road, that's how you get to be almost 70, like I am, and still do what I do.
Yes.
You know, live pretty clean.
Yeah.
Try to get a good meal in there.
Yeah.
Get your proper sleep. I do love a bath if there happens to be one.
I do know that about you in the jobs. I remember the running list on the Leonard Cohen tour. You know, occasionally there'd be some information on there. Whenever it said Roscoe Beck, it said tub requested.
Something's always sore.
I love
Today
it.
it's a Today it's a shoulder.
Oh dear.
Yeah. You know.
Yeah. I think actually halfway through the tour, I said to the team, "Can I jump on Roscoe's bandwagon and also ask for a tub?" There's nothing quite like soaking after a long gig.
It's really welcome sometimes.
Yeah, it is. I'm going to check back in with our friends online here. Do reach out with any questions if you have any questions. The turquoise bass is my absolute favourite, says M. Taylor Bassman. You are the inspiration for my little daughter Enya learning to play the harp. Oh, thank you so much. Hello,
nice.
Enya. Just love that. Douglas, come. Oh, having connection issues. Oh, I hope we're back on there. Love hearing all your memories. Lorna from Tearling, Scotland. That's so cool. And we've got Olin Coln from New Brunswick. Love a good story, says Joe. Thank you, everyone. We're going to try and not bonk that microphone and then check in here. Oh, here's a question. Here we go. I saw a question somewhere there. Jochen, is it Jochen or Jochen? Stein says, how long did you work on the album, writing and recording? Which is a really Good question. I'm almost
Almost embarrassed
I'm
to
embarrassed.
answer.
That's exactly what I am. Well, as Roscoe said, the original bits and pieces of songs were from 2017, but there's one song on the record, Golden, that I wrote with Ben Cullum in 2016, but that had just sat. No one really had heard it, and I hadn't played it to many people, but I played it to Roscoe, and Roscoe was like, I think I know what we need to do with
Yeah,
that song.
we're putting that on the record.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a really good question. I was in Austin in spring, just right around this time of year in 2019, and that's when we went to Blue Rock Studios, and Roscoe not only produced but musical directed all the band coming in and chose some fantastic players. It was just incredible to hear the songs coming together. As you said, David Grissom and we had Tom Breckline and Joel Guzman on keys and accordion, which was glorious.
Absolutely.
Great. I'll just check if there are any other.
And then,
questions.
Of course, many other guest musicians over the years. A lot of work got done in 2020.
Yes.
While the pandemic was happening.
Yes.
We were still working.
We were still working. Well, Roscoe.
From afar.
Yeah, at a distance. But Roscoe, how many? Do you think you're close to 10,000 hours on this?
Oh, geez, I wouldn't even want to guess.
Scary.
Spent a lot of time with this music, but I'm happy to say that it sounds like it. I'm just so pleased with the recordings we're about to put out.
Yes, me
finally,
too.
After all these years.
Yeah, we have the fabulous Kevin Womack working on this project, which we're thrilled about, and Christian Ulf Hansen and Danny Zalisco. So we're hoping things are going to reach your ears before you know it. Franz, the lovely Franz says, we will wait the time it takes. Thank you for your patience. And
Not long now.
Not long now.
We have all of the mixes done. Adrian Hall mixed most of the record.
Yeah.
And the mixes are now in the hands of Bernie Grunman at Bernie Grunman Mastering in Los Angeles. And that is pretty much the last step until printing actual CDs and actual vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So not long. Not long now.
We're not long. I wonder if we play Waltz for Leonard.
We could.
Would you like to just tell a little bit of an account about how we landed with this song?
Certainly. Did so on Saturday night.
You did. You did.
I can even use this here microphone to talk on.
Yeah.
Well, the music for this particular song happened at someone else's gig. The lovely Carrie Rodriguez, who joined us last Saturday at Blue Rock.
Great honor.
Has a band called Laboratorio that I participate in. And it's kind of a cross-cultural band, Hispanic and Anglo. Always very interesting because every show we do with Laboratorio is different than the last one. There's always one or two guest artists. Yeah. And so new music to learn and play at every show. But anyway, when Hattie was in town, we were recording. I had a show to play with Laboratorio at the Cactus Cafe here in Austin. And I think we might have had something that was in 3/4 or something that we had been working on in waltz time, 3/4. But Hattie was riffing in G minor 3/4. Was going back and forth between G minor and C minor, I think. Um, and um, and I just started hearing something, and I started just calling the changes to her, and G minor, C minor, G minor, D7, G minor, C minor, D minor, and then the bridge off the top of my head, B flat,
Yeah.
B flat
you
major,
called it.
and F back to G minor, D7, 5 chord, and so we had a verse, we had a bridge. Sounded like a song. And I said to Hattie that we need to record this, because we had a song formed there, certainly, a verse and a chorus. So we recorded it on my phone. And I think while we were still there at the Cactus, I said to Hattie, I said, "You realize what this is?" I said, "This is Waltz for Leonard."
I love that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
And it just seemed like the thing to do. And Hattie later wrote the lyrics, not much later. Surprised me by the time I asked her if I might contribute something. It was already done.
I don't know why they just really
And-
came out
And
fast. Those
yeah, they
lyrics.
did, and they're great. Really evocative of the tour.
Yeah.
And so she said, "Oh, the lyrics are done." And I said, "Well, then let's record them."
Yeah, let's get
set up the vocal mic, and yeah, before you left Austin, that was the last thing we did.
Yes, you're right. I remember because you put me in to record. You know the way you don't stop; it just goes back to the beginning of the song, and I was just doing another take, and then doing a second take with harmonies, and then a third take with harmonies, and we just went round like that several times. So it's quite layered on the vocals.
And we just did get it done in time to put you in the car and take you to the airport.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And we're going home on Saturday, but we don't really want to. We just want to camp out and hang with you.
You should.
Yeah.
We have to do more than one or two shows.
Yeah. More shows are coming. Actually, tell us where you'd like us to come and play. If anyone's got any good ideas about where we should come and play, I know we'd love to come out and visit and play some music for you. Okay, so this song is called Waltz for Leonard. Passing to the Parisian street, a cherished kiss upon my cheek, a feeling cause that I can't resist, a hummingbird whose wings still beat, a moment when the air stood still. Adele from the windowsill, as if the night that once took flight, as the earth had its fill. Till flowing, never knowing, still desiring, transpiring still. In a dream you spoke to me, just like before, bended knee, the bowing of the banyan tree. In a dream are here, it can't be wrong. I shall listen until I'm done. When the time comes, I'll meet you there. One last song upon the stair. I shall listen and sing along, immortalized behind your song. If you are here, it can't be wrong. I shall listen until I'm gone. Still revealing, ever healing, still surrounding, resounding still. The universe smiles in your glow. The evening dew upon a rose. The breath still breathes, a violin still cries. Our voices meeting in the throes. Our voices meeting in the throes. Yeah, Roscoe. Yeah, that was Waltz for Leonard that Roscoe and I wrote together for the record. And as Roscoe mentioned, that was the seeds were planted at a Carrie Rodriguez concert. And I'm a big fan of Carrie's. Her creative work is just breathtaking. And we were so happy to have Carrie join us at Blue Rock. I said to Roscoe, do you think Carrie would join our band? Do you think she'd join? Yeah, we just love Carrie. And
She might want to.
yeah,
She has so much going on herself.
she's a very busy person, quite right too. So Pat, Pat says maybe some mouth harp. Yeah, like Leonard's little boingy boingy harp. Denise said, beautiful evening, and this is the highlight of many highlights. Thank you, Denise. You're right, Michael, there's an accordion solo in there. And Doreen says, wow, Waltz for Leonard is giving me goosebumps. Thomas says, mesmerizing songs. France says, love this one. Thank you, everyone. And I'll just check the Instagram here. Albert Noonan requests to join. Oh, well, everyone's so welcome. Please do join us. We're really happy for you to be with us. JW Fleischman says, it's so lovely. Jero says, beautiful song. Thank you. Okay, so if you have any tips for my 8-year-old daughter, Enya, who has just started learning the harp, I would be most grateful. Well, I think it's really helpful to learn some basic chords. Like, for example, as Roscoe said, that piece we were in G minor. And the harp is quite straightforward, like the piano in a way, that you can play a chord, the first, the third, and the fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can learn some simple chords, and then you can just start playing songs, Beatles songs, and Cat Stevens songs with, you can play chord 1, then chord 4, then chord 1, and then chord 5. So yeah, I'd really recommend learning some chords, and I wonder if Enya sings as well. But I wish her very well, and please do message me, and if Enya would like a little online lesson one day, we'll just have to schedule just finding a window to play some harp together. I'd really love that. So I think we've come to playing our last song, Bex.
Okay.
And
You have a guest
we got
vocalist.
Daggy. We got a guest, well, best vocalist ever. I wondered if we'd do Hey. Hey, That's No Way. What do you think?
Sure.
This is something we also played at Blue Rock. It's one of the songs that we did in the show with Leonard. It's one of my favourite songs. It's extraordinary. And should we play that now to close?
Okay. You gonna behave?
Is Daggy gonna join us?
Hopefully she won't make too much noise. So.
Okay, let's hope. But if she needs to join in on the vocals, we'd be very grateful because she's got skills, Daggy. I'm going to swing this back around without decapitating anyone. Here we go. Well, thank you so much to everyone who's joined us, and thank you also for joining us on Saturday. We hope we'll have some more dates for you before we know it.
And a record very soon.
And a record very soon. As Roscoe said, it's just gone to Bernie Grandman to master, so hopefully
very soon.
Very soon.
Can't wait.
Can't wait.
It's been just a few years.
Just several
couple
decades later. Okay. Are we in G major?
I think that's what you said.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to have a Roscoe solo in this.
Well, something.
Yeah. I'm going to follow you. Okay. This is Hey, That's No Way to Say Goodbye. Yes, I loved you in the morning. Our kisses deep and warm on your head, on the pillow like the sleepy golden storm. Many a love before us, I know we are not new. In city and in forest, they smiled like me and you. But now it's come to distances, both of us must try. Eyes are soft with sorrow, and that's no way to say goodbye. I'm not looking for another as I wander in my time. Walk me to the corner now. Our steps will always rise. You know my love goes with you as your love stays with me. It's just the way it changes, like the shoreline and the sea. Let's not talk of leather chains and things we can't untie. Your eyes are soft with sorrow, and that's the way to say Yes, I loved you in the morning. Our kisses deep and warm, your head on the pillow like the sleepy golden storm. Many love before us, I know we are not new. City and in forest, they smiled like me and you, but now it's come to distances, and both of us must try. Your eyes are soft with sorrow, hey, that's no way to say beautiful, Roscoe.
Oh, right.
I love that with the volume pedal in my chords. Well, thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. We've just been delighted to have your questions and your feedback. And thank you, Denise, Pat, Doreen, France. David takes me back to the LC show I saw. Thank you so much. Jochen, thank you for sharing the music and the stories behind the music. Well, we're so grateful because to connect with everyone online really gives us a lot of hope that music is still in people's hearts.
Somebody
and minds.
still cares.
Thank you.
We do.
We care very much. And I'll just check here on Instagram for anyone's little comments here, and big comments as well. Milan Poetry says, thank you both very much. Hugely interesting and very entertaining. We miss you. Biggest hugs, friend. And Eamon says, totally brilliant. And do message me about, I'd love to just even send a couple of videos if that would be helpful for Enya starting out on her harp journey. That would be a real joy for me. Sylvia, thank you so much for joining us. Big hugs to you. Johan, thank you for bringing this song. Seen the Leonard Cohen shows so many times. I really appreciate that. You reaching out. Big hugs to you all, and thank you. David says, any more shows in Austin this week?
Oh, we wish.
We wish, but hopefully it won't be too long. And Doreen says, my heart, I'm so glad you both liked on my Facebook, and I was brought to hear your music today. Thank you. Thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you very much to everyone. Good night to everyone in the UK, Ireland, and across Europe and America and Canada as well. Night.
Ciao.
Ciao. Thank you.